The Telonic Berkeley SNMP V3 tunable filter. Here we're showing the Ethernet and the USB inputs. This is the display. We're going to run a quick demonstration on this unit. We are going to be using the MIB browser for the frequency input. We're going to track the filter. We're going to track the filter with a spectrum analyzer. And you can see we're set up right now for 1.7 gigs, 1700 megahertz. The actual reading can be seen here, and we're at 1699.2425 megahertz. On the front display, we're at 1700 megahertz. So now we're going to jump up to 1900 megahertz. Okay, we're programming in frequency of 1900 megahertz. Okay, now here we're going to be able to see the filter come up to the center freq of 1899.75 megahertz, and as you can see on the front display, frequency is at 1900 megahertz. Next, we're going to program in 2.1 gigahertz, 2100 megahertz, and here we're on the network analyzer. We're going to see that the filter moves up to 2099.65 megahertz. Notice that the insertion loss here is 1.5 dB. This is actually very good because this is a 3 dB bandwidth filter of 1%, and that's a really good insertion loss. So now we're going to, as you can see on the front filter, you're at 2100 megahertz. We're now going to program the filter to go back to 1900 megahertz. And as soon as I get it in, and if we go ahead and input that frequency, see the filter comes back very, very closely to the same center freq as going the other direction. It's 1899.73 megahertz, and you see the front display is at 1900 megahertz. And we're going to go back down to 1.7 gigahertz, and we're going back to 1700 megahertz. And as you can see right here, very good repeatability. Center frequency is 1699.245. Insertion loss is 1.4 dB. And that's the end of the demonstration. As you can see, there's very good repeatability, very good, very accurate frequency, and very good response time with this